We are live, and we're going to be talking about color as part of National Color Month. And I am happy to have a very special guest that will be on the live today to talk to us about color from a different perspective. I know a lot of people learned color theory and color as far as composition and balance and mixing of colors from an artistic point of view, but we're going to talk about it from a different point of view. So we'll be starting right at 6 o'clock. Just want to see if people kind of join us. So stay tuned. While we're waiting for our guest to arrive, I thought I would draw a card from this Oracle deck, the Creativity Oracle, to see what message we have for our creativity or creative practice this week, a message that we need to know, something to guide us as we go into the weekend. I know I will be looking at creating some things and might want to have might need a message as we go into the week. So we'll take a look at what the Creativity Oracle has to say. Okay. Oh, I see that Sherry is here. Let's see here. Make sure I do this right. Hope it went through. Oh, yes.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am wonderful. I want to hear about this Oracle card that you're getting.
Yeah, every once in a while when I do these lives, sometimes I do an Oracle card pull that can help guide us about messages about our creativity.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So I'm going to do that and see what message we get today. All right, closing my eyes, not looking at the deck. All right, this is the image, everyone.
Can you pull it back a little bit? There you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The artist that does this is Amy Zerner and her husband. They create this, and she's the artist, and she does such a great job.
Hi, Lori. Okay. Good to see you.
Oh, I see your people coming through, huh? Hello.
Lori is one of my favorite doll artists, so thank you for.
Okay. All right, doll artist. Okay.
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. The card is nurture is the word, and which I think is appropriate for this week. For self-care, try loving and nurturing yourself as you would a child or pet. So that's our card.
Nice.
So you do a little bit of nurturing, your creativity will come and flow. And we're going to talk about a form of nurturing, I guess, color therapy and all that good stuff. Um, just want to thank anybody that comes in and anybody that views the replay for watching. My name is Sharon Burton. I am the CEO and creativity coach for cultural creatives, particularly at midlife, to help launch or unblock your creativity. And I am very pleased to do this live in honor of National Color Therapy Month. And also want to say happy National Women's History Month as well. So we're kind of doing a twofer for tonight. And with me is none other than my very own twin sister, Sherry Burton Stein. And she is the CEO of SBW Aligned. And she'll tell you a little bit more about that, but she's a wellness practitioner, a color therapist. She is a certified yoga teacher. Um, she's just everything, actually. Um, she also works closely with women at midlife to help them have ground down and create a home environment that supports the transitions and changes um, at midlife. And I think a lot of women in my age group would probably appreciate that. There's a lot that goes on, and particularly since the COVID pandemic, we've all been nestling a little bit more in our homes. And she's really a talented, she has an interior design background, feng shui, um, and of course the color therapy, and also working with aromatherapy to help people create secure and supportive homes and spaces. Um, and so tonight we're going to talk about color and color therapy, but from a perspective of an artist and a creative. Sherry's going to share a little bit about that. So let me just start by asking Sherry if she wants to share anything about her background before we get started that I may have missed.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you. I am just more than pleased to be on this special live with my twin sister. And I'm not sure if a lot of my folks that follow me knew that Sharon is my twin. And I guess the only other thing is that I am an artist as well. I do doll art and
Mm-hmm.
also do watercolor art. And I really like the expressive abstract colors. And I like working with colors that, oh, you do? Well, my folks will say that they do. So um, I really like this medium of being able to just talk to you and share my knowledge and how it can help creatives. And also, I have a new program that I'm launching very shortly. Actually, it's live now, so it is related to what we will be talking about this evening. So thank you.
All right. Well, let's just get started with the basics. What is color therapy?
Mm. Great question. Color therapy is also known as chromotherapy, and it is a form of therapy that uses color and light to treat certain mental and physical health conditions. And it's based on the assumption that certain colors can impact people's energy. And the work that I do is all about energy as a feng shui practitioner as well. And the energy and how that energy can help impact health outcomes. Now, it really began centuries ago. This is nothing new. The Egyptians, interestingly, used it in their homes, and they used the sun as the light to reflect the rooms in their home. So here we go with this, connection between color therapy and our living environments, right? And they used colored glasses for therapeutic purposes. But I find that, quite interesting. The other thing I want to differentiate in that regard is color psychology. A lot of artists, a lot of designers have studied color psychology. And there is a difference between color psychology and what we know as color therapy. Color psychology is the study of how different colors influence human behavior and the perception of the colors around them. So it's slightly different. It's not so much about the energy and the health impacts of it, but it's more about how you behave in a color as well as how you perceive it. So I just make that differentiation because that's something that typically a lot of people, including myself, used to get confused on when I started studying this work.
Okay. All right. So do you studied both?
Yes, I have. Um, so as a, I am a certified color therapist, but I also am a certified color professional as it relates to color and design. And I had the honor to train with a woman by the name of Latrice Eisman, who is the head of the Pantone Institute, and who is an internationally known color consultant. A lot of times people don't recognize that she is someone that you see in a lot of design magazines or decorating magazines when it comes out with the color forecast. She is involved a lot with the Pantone Color of the Year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And she's mostly, about color psychology, marketing, and design, how you work with that. So that's where I get my color psychology training from. But color therapy is just a much different vibrational medicine that I study and work with.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I didn't know that there was, these two different, color.
People use them
Okay.
interchangeably, and they don't use them correctly. When they're talking about these things, they'll talk about color therapy from a color psychology point of view instead of from an energetic point of view.
Okay. All right. Color psychology and color therapy, right? No. So I guess that kind of tweaks my questions a little bit. What would you say are the advantages of learning color therapy or color psychology for our well-being?
Well, I think from our well-being, color therapy is really, I'm going to go with that first. It's, it has benefits for people who are under a lot of stress. It is really good. We're actually coming out of that season now in North America. The winter's going into spring. But for things like seasonal affective disorder or SAD, for example, color therapy is good for that. Mainly about boosting energy.
Okay.
States from emotional, from the emotional wellness side.
Okay.
And color therapy, color psychology is more about influencing the human behavior as far as there's been studies like for prisoners, for example, that the color pink, kind of creates more of a calming behavior. for example.
Hmm. Okay.
And they're perceiving, you know, this environment from a place of non-aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about, well, red is you know, fiery and you know, like very yang. I use yin and yang a lot. Very yang, very out there. Orange red and orange are colors that can make you more hungry. So, you know, maybe you don't use those in your kitchen or places where you will, you know, eat more unless that's something that you need to do. So it's more about behavior, what you do in a particular color.
Okay. So color therapy, when we think about our well-being, it it is a good thing to know, and something that can be helpful, particularly if we create for, let's say, if we do expressive arts, which is the type of arts that's about sort of getting things on the paper and expressing yourself, not necessarily creating for like a masterpiece or anything. It's about you know, taking what's inside and putting it out there and using color, for example, to kind of express oneself and to deal with maybe different issues. So when we talk about that, what would you say, um, you know,
So are you?
how can they learn about the types of colors that might be best for creating a certain mood, or maybe even dealing with something while they're working on something? Like how does just anybody who's an artist or creative or someone who wants to just sort of create for relaxation or whatever, how can they learn about the different colors and how they can work for them with their art?
Mm. Okay, so if it's someone who's having trouble, say, expressing themselves, you know,
Mm-hmm.
use the word expressive, so it just kind of dinged for me. Um, you know, on the other side of orange is the expression side, and this color helps lift uh, repressions, and it encourages freeing expression, which
Mm-hmm.
is part of what creativity is all about. So having a little bit of orange around you um, is very helpful with creative expression, particularly if you are stuck with trying to figure out how to express something within your creative endeavor.
Okay. And so how would someone learn about the different colors and how they can, like what you just said? How would somebody, you know, is there any resources that somebody can?
Me.
Okay, okay, all right, okay.
Um,
Um,
you know, studying and looking up, you know, things around color psychology and color therapy. What I basically mentioned was more of a color psychology, you know, a certain behavior. It's just, you know, bringing out an expressive behavior. Another color is blue, which is, I've got a lot of blue in my space right here, which is my home office. And blue is I have a question there, but I'll get right back to you, Lori, on that question. Blue is basically a color that helps people explore their creative side. You know, if they're,
okay.
you know, that's a great color for, you know, as you are trying to explore your creativity and to um, really kind of bring out the different ideas for art
Okay.
projects and so forth. And it's, you know, so you can use it in your crafting room. You can use it in, you know, your writing room. You know, if you
Mm-hmm.
are writing, slap on a little blue. You can put it on jewelry, on clothes.
Oh, okay.
You bring in a blue vase. I have purple. Purple's my power color. And it's also my favorite color. So, you know, if you need that creative boost, blue's a really good color to go to.
Okay. And that kind of brings me to a question, which I don't know if I even mentioned this, but picking out colors for your space. And you really did a great job talking about that. If you have a art studio, a recording studio, or a writing nook or room, how important it is to maybe have colors that kind of help you, that kind of support you in your creative
Yeah.
practice. So you're saying blue, orange. Any other color would you suggest?
Yes. So we have a question in the chat here that says, what color is good for motivation?
Mm-hmm.
This is another one that I'll pull out, and then I'll also give you another example that's not talked about a lot. Yellow is a really great motivational color.
Mm. Yeah.
What's that?
Yellow. I
Yeah,
wouldn't. Well, yeah, it's sunny. It's
it's
bright.
it's
Yeah.
it's um, it also helps with creativity. That's another creativity color. But what
Okay.
I like to use it for is what I call color breathing. And one of the things that I do is work with essential oils and color breathing. And if you either have like a swatch of yellow in front of you, and or better yet, I like visualizing certain colors, and say put in a little lemon essential oil in your
Mm.
diffuser, and just do 5 visualizing breaths, thinking about that color, visualizing that color. That will help you unleash some creativity as well. Another way of dealing with that too is fennel. And fennel is like I think that's one of your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Heard
Mm-hmm.
you talk about it. Fennel as an essential oil is related to the crown chakra, which is up here. And in case some of the viewers may not know what the 7 chakras are, there are energy points in our body. Oh, you are gravitating to yellow. Oh, yes, lemon, yes, yes. I'm sorry, I'm just responding to someone who's talking. So yellow is another, color with the release of creative blockages. And you can use that with the essential oil fennel in either doing some breath work with that, diffusing some fennel and visualizing the yellow and doing some deep breaths, breathing in yellow to the crown chakra, breathing out yellow, something along that line. Or another thing that can be done is to use just a spritzer, put some either fennel or lemon, and with some distilled water, maybe just, I would say about, in a bottle like this, maybe 10 drops of the oil, shake it up, and spray your room, you know, and Sharon's laughing at me, and just, breathe in, the color. Stop. We're family, y'all, so we just, this is very, you know, um,
So when we do you recommend that as because it sounds like it's that little mindful exercise sounds like something that could be done. Let's say if I'm getting ready to write,
mhm.
of course, to do some writing for a while. Let's say, I'm working on my book and I need to get myself in the right frame of mind. Do you think something like that, that kind of exercise where you sort of breathe in, so to speak, or meditate on a color that, and also working with aromatherapy would be something that would help you stay motivated?
Yes, I think it definitely does. For example, the yellow is about the crown chakra,
Mm-hmm.
and the crown chakra is on top of your head. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, that's where a lot of the energy and the work that you are doing on paper is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
It's all from your intuition as well. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the best ways I think to use color therapy too is working with your emotional states and determining, as far as looking at unblocking
Yes.
your energy. Yellow, orange are probably like the best colors, as well as blue, to work
Okay.
with things. And then you could work with associated essential oils that represent those colors, or you can physically bring those colors into your space. You can, use light, for example. So I'm just going to say like a yellow light to the crown chakra, uh,
Mm-hmm.
light therapy. But I would definitely recommend a color therapist or someone to work with you. Or, if you have colored lamps, or like behind me, I have my color diffuser. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually using spearmint right now, and I have it on the green. Just creating that feel, because I just feel like I want the energy of spearmint in my space right now. The other thing too is when we're looking at spaces, you don't want too much of any one color. I really recommend, if you're doing some other colors that you want to bring in for therapeutic um, moods, so to speak. Just to bring in small amounts of those colors in accents, or maybe you just, paint one wall as an accent color, in that color, or you bring in a lamp or accessory or a piece of art, or either, for example, if it's blue, maybe you create something with blue in it, as an art piece that helps you be able to bring forward that emotional energy that you need in order to unbreak or break open whatever stuckness that you may have, or blockage in your creativity.
Awesome. 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 You dropped some gems.
I've
Mrs.
been studying this
Stein.
for a long time, so
What'd you say? I know. I know.
but
I
I've
know.
been
I
studying this for a long time, so it's just come
know.
naturally to me.
Well, tell us about you. You have an upcoming challenge dealing with color and environment that you would like to share. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this month is National Color Therapy Month,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a month where we celebrate how color can be used in therapeutic applications, particularly to uplift our energy, as well as to bring awareness to what color therapy is. It's You hear more about feng shui, you hear more about other things, but color therapy doesn't get that level of attention. So I just first want to, say that National Color Therapy Month just started several years ago by a woman by the name of Eleyne-Mari. I'm sorry, Elaine, if I'm butchering your name. Um, and I really started working with that. I guess it's been going on almost 10 years now. And as part of that, what I wanted to do was help people begin to think about colors not only for themselves, but also for their environment, and to just get comfortable with understanding color, as well as how do you bring in the right colors for you, not what you see on magazines or on HGTV or in blogs or online or whatever. But how can we bring in color, number one, that actually going to uplift our energy and uplift our homes? Number two, understand what your power color is. My power color happens to be purple, but, and it's my favorite color, but I found out through an exercise, which folks will be able to do within this program to find out what their power color is and help them bring that in, which will also uplift their energy. Also, to kind of begin to make some relationships between emotional states and energetic states with various colors so that they can pick the right colors for the right spaces to uplift not only themselves, but other members of their families as well. So it's called Unleash Your Color. It's a 7-day, I like to call it a journey. I'm not really a big fan of the word challenge. You know, everybody's using that. I like to call it immersion journey. And it's free. And it takes all of my 20-some years of study of color therapy, color psychology, feng shui, all of those things into 7 days where you get a bit of information in your email. And it could be audio, it could be video, it could be something that you download. And you just take no more than 15 minutes to really think about a prompt that I'm going to give you. And in addition, you will learn what your power color is, and you can learn that in like 2 minutes. All kinds of things. And then what it helps you do is takes you through this journey into understanding color, understanding the therapeutics of color, as well as what works for you and what doesn't work for you. The link is in my bio. My was Instagram handle is Wellness SBW. And the link's right there in the bio. You can also get it through my website as well, SBWAligned.com under the events page. It's easy to sign up. And at the end of the 7 days, we will have a live session where I'll just walk through the basic fundamentals of color therapy, color psychology, and how to use these things to balance energy in your home. And I will share with you some other things that will help people, a new program that I'm launching right after that for those who may be interested in moving forward with me studying more. Not only have I been a color therapist and color psychologist and all of that great stuff, but I've also have been a professional Benjamin Moore color consultant for many years and have worked on thousands of homes and businesses and have used a lot of these theories and my system, combining these things to help people create energetic spaces that they're happy with, that uplifts their mood, helps them with any other wellness concerns from the Egyptian color therapy perspective, where we use these with light and color in our spaces. So I'm just really totally excited because I have never offered this program before. I've never given up my secrets to create therapeutic interiors the way in which I will be sharing with the world of those. And I'm particularly interested in working with midlife women. One of the things about color therapy and these things and how we as women, as older we get, we're more bolder with our color choices. So this is going to be a very interesting experience for women in our age group who may be interested in exploring color and how they can use it in their homes in ways that they never thought of. And we're going to do color breathing exercises as well. You know, and those that are interested in exploring aromatherapy with this, there'll be some exercises for them too. So I'm really thrilled about it. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, Sherry. I think it sounds like a wonderful way to get to know color, and particularly for people that may be in my audience that are looking for, creating more supportive spaces for their art and for their creative practice, no matter what that is. It might be a good opportunity to learn from Sherry about what you can do to create a more supportive space for your creative practice, as well as for you to find ways to stay unstuck with your work, with some of the color breathing exercises and meditations that Sherry talked about. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the challenge. And so, it's not a challenge, a journey,
Well,
right?
I
Immersion.
really call it an immersion because we are going to just immerse ourselves in understanding color. Because once you understand what color is and how you react to it and how it works for you from an energetic level, you are able to create spaces and experiences for yourself that will uplift you and transform your life. And I truly believe that because that's what I live and breathe every day. So this is for creatives. This is for people who are interested in creating energy in their homes. Maybe they're feeling stuck emotionally. Maybe they may be depressed. Maybe they're not, they're not feeling great about their spaces and they don't know why. And maybe they're stuck on really trying to figure out, well, what color do I put in here? I've been told beige, or I've been told, I've been, listening to what I call the color police, where we're told, well, you shouldn't put this color with that color, or, what have you, or you're supposed to do this, or you're supposed to do that. I'm a big fan of, oops, looks like we're getting a little dark in here. I'm a big fan of decorating along your favorite colors or colors that empower you mentally and physically. And that's what this is all about, is just having fun, immersing yourself, figuring out what's around you and how you can really observe your environment in a way that you hadn't before.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sherry, for being on the live today. And I want to thank those that hung in there with us as well. Let me just make sure if there's no closing questions from anybody before we close. Also, if you catch the replay, feel free to ask questions, and my sister Sherry and I will do our best to answer them. I hope that your immersion will go well. And I want to thank everyone for joining us. Again, I'm Sharon Burton. I am the CEO of Spark Your Creative Coaching. And you can learn more about me at www.sparkyourcreative.com. I will be announcing soon some new coaching programs for people, one-to-one, and some other things as well. So anyway, thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Lori, and whoever else was online. Really appreciate y'all coming. And we will, please visit what is it, Wellness? What is it, Wellness?
BW.
Okay, Wellness SBW. And, check out the program, check out Sherry. And again, thank you for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Take care.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.